Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Finer Tune. Um, if you saw the first video, you would know that this channel is going to be a music discussion channel. And, some of the things that I'm going to do is album reviews, and I'm going to discuss individual songs and what they mean, what they don't mean, how they're misunderstood. Um, we may get into some other things like, is this singer rated correctly, overrated, underrated, just, things of that nature. As I told you in the first video, I am a huge Kiss fan. And that doesn't mean that this is necessarily a rock channel or a Kiss channel, because it's not. This is a music channel. So, if you like something else that you would like for me to review, or if you would like to discuss, let me know. But what I'm going to do here for this, well, first of all, let me just make it clear that no, I am not going to be playing any music on this channel. And the reason for that is there are artists out there who are very protective of their intellectual property, which I understand. Uh, they will take a video down, they will give it a copyright strike, and I'm not interested in having that happen to this channel. So I'm not going to actually play any music here as I tell you about it. So what I'm going to do here is give you an honest opinion. I'm not really a musician. I kind of play guitar a little bit, but I'm not really good at it. I'm not going to play in a band anytime soon, probably. Definitely not going to be on a stage anywhere. Uh, But the first album that I'm going to review, actually, before I tell you the album, let me tell you how I'm going to review it. This particular album has 6 components per song. It has lyrics, vocals, drums, bass, rhythm guitar, lead guitar. So I'm going to rate each of those on a scale of 1 to 5, giving each song a possible total of 30 points. Now, I'm going to be as objective as possible here. Am I biased? Yes. Do my biases affect how I rate these? Hopefully not. I'm being as objective as possible here. I'm going to critique it as I see it. And you're either going to agree or you're not. I mean, it's that simple. And if you disagree, there's a comment section down there somewhere, I think. I don't know. I don't see it, but I know it's there. Anyway, without any further ado, let's get into the very first album that I am going to review, and it is the debut self-titled album by Kiss. Now, Kiss at this time, they were made up of Ace Frehley, lead guitar, backing vocals; Gene Simmons, bass, lead vocals, backing vocals; Peter Criss, drums, lead vocals, backing vocals; Paul Stanley, rhythm guitar, lead vocals, backing vocals. Now, before we get too much into this here, you can see that this is the early days. The makeup is still kind of coming together here. They're not really sure. Gene, really? I mean, it got better. It got better. I mean, Ace and Paul, that's pretty much what they ended up with. Ace's hair is silver because he spray painted it. Yes, literally spray painted it. He didn't color it that way, like with a hair dye or anything. No, spray paint. Peter Criss, this is the one and only time you ever saw this makeup design. Thank God for that. The reason he has this makeup design is there was a professional makeup artist on the scene for this photo shoot. Peter Criss took advantage of it. The other guys did not. They did their own makeup. Fortunately, Peter Criss also did his own makeup every time after that. Now, this album. This is the original pressing from 1974. Actually, this cover is not very good. It's not in good condition here. This is a subsequent pressing. When was this one pressed? I'm not 100% sure. I don't think there's... But the album is from 1974. The difference between those two albums is one song. There's a song that was added to the subsequent pressings that was not on the initial release. But I'll get to that when we get to that song. Without any further ado, let's get into the album. The very first song on the album, it was written by Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons. It's a song called Strutter. This song, the lyrics, keep in mind it was the early 70s. Lyrics are solid for what they were, but perfect? No. Paul Stanley was still honing his craft as a songwriter. And, I'm not sure who wrote what here. I think Gene wrote most of the music and Paul wrote the lyrics. It's all right. I mean, it's actually pretty good, but perfect? No, it gets 4 out of 5. The vocals, you get a very good lead vocal. It's a fantastic lead vocal here for Paul Stanley. Nice, smooth sound to his voice. It flows perfectly with the groove. The harmony vocals, and you're going to hear me say this throughout, just fantastic. I mean, they really worked on their harmonies. 5 out of 5 for the vocals. The drums. The drums are really good in this song. In fact, that's the very first thing that you hear is that beat going on. There's some nice fills going on here. And really, is the drumming perfect? No, but I think it's close to being perfect for the song. A 4 out of 5 for the drumming on this song. The bass, there's some cool stuff going on here. This is a really cool groove by Gene here. It's not super complex, but it's definitely not bland. It ties everything together just like a good bass sound should. And I give Gene a 4 out of 5 for his bass playing here. The rhythm guitar, there's some really great riffs going on here. Definitely keeps your attention. It's got a very Rolling Stones vibe to it, in my opinion. Remember that, because that's going to come back up. These guys were influenced by the Stones, the Beatles, the Who, Cream, the Kinks, all those great bands from the 60s. Rhythm guitar gets a 4 out of 5. The lead guitar, there's some pretty cool things that Ace is doing here. A lot of emotion in the solo, and the outro solo is really good. It's a good introduction to Ace Frehley on lead guitar. He gets a 4 out of 5, which gives the song overall a 25 out of a possible 30. Next up is a song written by Gene Simmons. He also sings lead on this song. It's called Nothing to Lose. And the lyrics on this song, let's just say they're interesting to say the least. I'm trying to remain family friendly here with this channel, so if you're watching with your kids or you don't want to explain things to your kids yet, I'm not going to tell you what it's about. Look it up yourself. Interesting subject matter. Simplistic but fun lyrics. 3 out of 5. The vocals, the harmonies are super tight. Gene's lead vocal it's a little bit raw, it's a little bit unrefined, but I think that adds charm to the song. And over the chorus, Peter Criss starts singing, just ad-libbing some stuff, just improvising as he goes, and it enhances the song. I think the way he sings over the chorus. 4 out of 5 on the vocals. The drums, really good drumming on this song, I think. The fills are great. Uh, 4 out of 5 on the drums, in my opinion. The bass, remember when I said they were heavily inspired by the Beatles and the Stones and, all those other bands? I hear a very Paul McCartney inspiration on this song, on the bass. I give it a 5 out of 5. Um, the rhythm guitar, reminiscent of the early 60s, definitely keeps my interest. 4 out of 5 on the rhythm guitar. Lead guitar, the solo it's simple, but it's effective and it's really good, I think. I'll give Ace a 4 out of 5 on his lead. A couple other notes on this song that do not affect the scoring. There's piano going on here that it doesn't really add or subtract anything from the song, but there is a cool use of the piano going on. And I think the song would be better with a hard ending rather than a fade out at the end. Again, those two things do not affect the scoring. 24 out of 30 for Nothing to Lose. Next up is a song written by Paul Stanley. This one is called Firehouse. This song, if you've ever seen Kiss live and they've played this song, you can expect that at the end, Gene Simmons is going to breathe fire. I think there's a great use of sirens at the end of this song, and also as those sirens are going off, you got the cymbals clanging like alarm bells, like a fire alarm is going off. And that's just a nice touch. The lyrics, this is an early attempt by Paul Stanley at writing a song. Overly simplistic. It's obviously an early attempt. Are the lyrics bad? No. But are they great? No. I give it a 3 out of 5 on the lyrics. It's solid. It's just not great. The vocals. This isn't really one of Paul's best vocals in my opinion, but it's really good and it's solid. And the harmonies more than make up for anything that Paul may be lacking on the lead vocal, which, by the way, is not much that he's lacking, in my opinion. I give the vocals a 4 out of 5. The drums. We got some pretty cool things going on with the drums here. The fills are great. Like I said, the cymbals at the end that sound like fire alarm bells. 4 out of 5. The drumming on this song. The bass, as far as I'm concerned, this is the highlight of the song right here. It's got a great groove. It moves the song along perfectly. Some people actually consider this to be one of Gene Simmons' best bass lines. Do I consider it one of his best? Not really, but it is really good, and I would say it's perfect for the song, and I would say it's a highlight of this song. So I give the bass a 5 out of 5. Rhythm guitar, remember how I said before, reminiscent of the early Stones. I hear the same thing here. Rolling Stones thing going on here definitely keeps my attention. It's not too complex, it's not too simple. It gets a 4 out of 5 because it fits the song just right. The lead guitar, Ace has some really cool licks going on here. Some things that are going on over the chorus and after the verse. The solo is short, but it's full of what I like to call Ace-isms, which basically means that Ace has some certain techniques that he likes to use, and he uses them quite well in this song. 4 out of 5 on the lead guitar, which leaves Firehouse with a total score of 24 out of 30. Next up, we come to a song written by Ace Frehley. It's the first song that he ever wrote, at least for Kiss, might be the first song that he ever wrote ever. I'm not 100% sure on that. Um, this is a song called Cold Gin. Interestingly enough, Cold Gin, obviously a drinking song you would think based on the title, which it is. Lead vocal is done by Gene Simmons, who ironically has never touched a drop of alcohol in his life. He's never been a drinker. And really, a lot of that is out of respect for his mother. Uh, and I respect that about Gene. Let's get into this song here. The lyrics are really good. I mean, I think so anyway. It's an interesting little story. I mean, I can see the nice little visuals going on here. Um, where I'm going to dock the lyrics is in the chorus because it's good, but it's not great. But this song still gets a 4 out of 5 for the lyrics. Now let's get into the vocals. Like I said, Gene Simmons sang lead on this. And I think it's interesting how well he's able to slur his words like he has been drinking, which you might think that that would dock the song a little bit. No, it actually enhances the song. He gets extra points for his ability to slur his words like that. The harmonies, again, really good. 4 out of 5 for the vocals on this song. The drums. This is the highlight, in my opinion. Peter Criss, his roots are in jazz. And, you know, he was a jazz drummer who studied under Gene Krupa. And I think he just does a fantastic job with this song. He gets a 5 out of 5. The bass, Gene isn't overplaying anything. He moves the song along just fine. He does a great job. 4 out of 5 on the bass. The rhythm guitar, there's a lot of fun riffs. Fairly simple, but not overly simple. I mean, I think it sounds great. 4 out of 5 on the rhythm guitar. Lead guitar, there's some cool little licks going on throughout the song. There's no real solo, but I do like the breakdown in the middle of this song. 4 out of 5 for the lead vocal. Excuse me, for the lead guitar. 25 out of 30 for Cold Gin. Next up is the very first song that Paul Stanley ever played for Gene Simmons. Paul Stanley wrote this song. And, well, let's just get into it here. It's a song called Let Me Know. It was originally called Sunday Driver. The lyrics, this may have been the first song Paul Stanley ever wrote. I'm not sure on that. If you know, let me know. Obvious early attempt. The lyrics are not great, I don't think. The lyrics get a 2 out of 5. Sorry, Paul, but you kind of blew it with the lyrics on this one, in my opinion. The vocals, Paul and Gene trade vocals. So Gene Simmons sings, then Paul Stanley sings, then they get into the chorus, and then Gene sings again. Great job doing that. And that's something that they do on a few different songs here, not so much on this album necessarily, but throughout their career. Once again, the harmonies are great. 4 out of 5 on the vocals. The drums, really good for the song. I like what's going on with the drums here. 4 out of 5 for the drums. The bass, Gene's got some interesting parts. It keeps the listener engaged. 4 out of 5 on the bass. Rhythm guitar, I love the rhythm guitar intro to this song, and I love the early Beatles feel to this song. 4 out of 5. And the lead guitar, that's just Ace Frehley being himself. You know, Ace is Ace. He's got some fun licks and some cool little techniques. He gets a 4 out of 5 for the lead guitar. An overall score for Let Me Know is 22 out of 30. That ends side 1 of the album. And this is where we get to the difference between the original pressing and the subsequent pressings. Like I said, the original, 9 songs. Subsequent pressings, 10. This is that 10th song. Starts off side 2 on the subsequent pressings. It's completely absent on the initial pressing. And what's going on here is it's a cover of a Bobby Rydell tune from 1959 that no one in the band wanted to do. Neil Bogart, who founded Casablanca Records, insisted that, hey, we need to put this out there. We need to do a promotion of some sort. We're going to do a kissing contest to promote the album, because, kissing. Yeah. Nobody wanted to do it. I think they did a decent job faking it, though, and we'll get into that. This is a song, like I said, Bobby Rydell, 1959 was the original artist. A song written by Cal Mann and Bernie Lowe. This is called Kissin' Time. The lyrics, they're all right. Not terrible, but not that great either. And 3 out of 5 on the lyrics, I guess. I mean, it's all right. The vocals, they do something interesting on the vocals here, where Gene Simmons sings the first verse, Paul Stanley takes the second verse. Then there's a guitar solo, which is basically kind of like Ace Frehley singing a verse. And then Peter Criss sings the last verse. And that's really cool because it lets each guy show his own unique style, his own talent, his vocal abilities. And I think that really works to great effect. And again, the harmonies are great. 4 out of 5 on the vocals, in my opinion. The drums. There's some interesting things going on here. Peter actually does a pretty good job with the drums. I give it a 4 out of 5 for his drumming. The bass, not really a great song as far as Gene is concerned on the bass. Kind of underwhelming. It's not bad, but it only gets a 3 out of 5. The rhythm guitar, nothing special. There's some decent riffs. Again, a 3 out of 5. The lead guitar, like I said when I was critiquing the vocals, that you might say that Ace sang the third verse with his solo. Honestly, that to me is the highlight of the song. I mean, I think he did a great job. It gets a 4 out of 5 for the rhythm guitar, which gives Kissin' Time a total score of 21 out of 30. Next up, this is a song written by Gene Simmons. This song, if you've ever seen them live, they may have opened with this song. I know if you've seen them live in the early days, like when this album was released, or, the first few albums, yeah, they probably opened with this song when the original band reunited in the 90s. This was the first song on the reunion tour. This song called Deuce. The lyrics, they're strange, they're weird. Nobody really knows what this song is about, and that includes Gene Simmons. I mean, he actually said many years later, I don't know what that song's about, and he wrote it. The lyrics aren't bad, but they don't make a whole lot of sense. 3 out of 5. The vocals. This is a really good vocal from Gene. Really solid. And And again, the harmonies are really good. 4 out of 5 on the vocals. Drums, Peter's got some really good fills going on here. Plays the right thing at the right time as far as I'm concerned. He gets 4 out of 5. The bass, there's some interesting nuances going on here. What I think is really cool is you can really hear Gene Simmons is known for doing bass slides, and you can really hear that in this song. He gets a 4 out of 5 for his bass playing. The rhythm guitar, it's all right. I mean, it's pretty good. Some of the riffs seem a little bit simple, but they're a whole lot of fun, and they just sound great. 4 out of 5. Lead guitar, there's some great licks going on here. The main solo is great. There's an outro solo. Again, this is another song that I think should have had a hard ending instead of fading out, but it fades out with that solo going on. And I give him a 4 out of 5 for the lead guitar. A couple other notes on this. Ace Frehley has said that this is his favorite Kiss song of all time. This is also when Ace Frehley was the last guy to actually join the band. They were auditioning lead guitarists, and this is the first song that they all played together. They played it for Ace, and then they said, all right, join us. All right, cool. So this is the very first song they ever played together. So 23 out of 30 for Deuce. Next up, this song is only worth 20 points, and the reason for that is because it's an instrumental. This song, the writing credit goes to Paul Stanley, Gene Simmons, Peter Criss, and Ace Frehley. It's a song called Love Theme from Kiss. And this is basically a cut down, shortened version of an instrumental that they were doing live that was called Acrobat. Why they changed the title, why they shortened it up, I don't know. Like I said, it's only worth 20 points because you only have the 4 components. There are no lyrics and no vocals to critique. The drums is good. It's good. I mean, I'd give it a 4 out of 5 for the drumming on this song. The bass, I think this is actually the highlight of the song. There's some interesting parts going on. 4 out of 5 on the bass. Rhythm guitar. Oh boy, here's where we get into where it kind of drops off a little bit. It's not great. I mean, is it horrible? No. 3 out of 5. Lead guitar, definitely not Ace's best work, but he does show off some of his signature techniques a little bit. 3 out of 5. It's just not great. 14 out of 20 for this song. That's why this album is only worth 290 points. Or 260 for the 9-song version. Next up, a song written by Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons. Not really sure who wrote which parts here. This song is called 100,000 Years. This song was just made for the stage. If you have ever heard a live version of this song, it's fantastic. In fact, go pick up Kiss Alive and go straight to this song. You're gonna love it. Let's get into this song here. Live version is much better than this version, but this version is pretty good. 100,000 Years, written by Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons. The lyrics, similar to Deuce. They're not bad, but what are they about? What? I don't know what these lyrics are about, honestly. If you know, let me know. 3 out of 5 on the lyrics. The vocals are solid. They're not Paul's best, but they're really good. 4 out of 5. The drums, there's a lot going on here. This is the highlight of this song as far as I'm concerned. Um, some great fills. There's a great solo going on here. But you think that solo's good? Like I said, go pick up the live Kiss Alive. Go straight to this song on that album. That solo blows this one out of the water, and this one is really good. 5 out of 5 for the drumming on this song. The bass, the intro seems pretty simple, but it's good. It's a cool little intro. Cool groove going on here. And I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 because to me the bass is just fantastic. It's another highlight of the song. The drums are the highlight, but the bass is a highlight for sure. Rhythm guitar is just absolutely perfect for this song. It just flows smoothly. It's beautiful. It gets a 5 out of 5. The weak point, other than the lyrics, to me, and that's not to say it's a weak part of this song at all. I'm not saying the lead guitar is weak, but it's the weak part of this song. There's some great licks going on here. It's very solid playing, but it only gets a 4 out of 5. Great job by Ace. It's just not up on the level as the other instruments, in my opinion. A 26 out of 30 for 100,000 Years. Next, we come up to the last song on the album. This is a song that I think is a great song to end a show with. Paul Stanley wrote this song. It's called Black Diamond. This song, great imagery in the lyrics. Very well written. I've kind of hit Paul a little bit on his lyricism earlier in this review. Nothing wrong with these lyrics at all. Absolutely perfect. Out of the ballpark with this one, Paul. 5 out of 5. Just perfectly written lyrics as far as I'm concerned. The vocals, now, there is a soft kind of acoustic type intro to this song where Paul sings a little bit, and then this song kicks in. Just the whole band comes in, and this song just rocks. Peter Criss takes over lead vocals from there, and his raspy voice and his style are just absolutely phenomenal. Perfect for this song. Harmonies are right on point. Once again, perfect lyrics, perfect vocals. 5 out of 5. Just absolutely phenomenal. The drums, once again, Peter Criss, fantastic job. The fills are great. He's got some interesting things going on. Absolutely perfect drumming. 5 out of 5. The bass. Some people think that, I said before on one of the other songs that a lot of people think this is one of Gene's best. They say that about this one as well. A lot of people do. Flows perfectly. It's just beautiful. He blends the guitars with the drums absolutely flawlessly. 5 out of 5. Rhythm guitar, just absolutely fantastic riffs going on in this song. I don't think it gets any better than this, honestly. Maybe it does. We'll see, but that gets a 5 out of 5 in my opinion. Lead guitar, fantastic licks going on. The main solo is just absolutely killer. The outro solo is fantastic. 5 out of 5. Just an absolute perfect song all the way down. It checks all the boxes perfectly. 30 out of 30. Took till the very end. but we finally got a perfect song on this album. So, where does that leave us then, as far as this album? Well, the lyrics and the vocals on the subsequent pressings, which this one is, the lyrics and the vocals are worth 45 points at the very end, and all the other components of the songs, drums, bass, rhythm guitar, lead guitar, are all worth 50 points at the end. The original pressing, lyrics and vocals are worth 40 points each. Everything else is worth 45 points each. So how does it break down? Well, let's start with the pressing that everybody knows and probably has, which is the version without Kissin' Time. The lyrics get a 30 out of 45. The vocals get a 38 out of 45. The drums, 43 out of 50. Bass, 43 out of 50. Rhythm guitar, 40 out of 50. Lead guitar, 40 out of 50. Which adds up to a total of 234 total points out of a possible 290. So, little quick division there, you come up with an 8 out of 10 total for this album. The version with Kissin' Time. Now, does that change if you take Kissin' Time out of the equation? Let's find out. Well, the lyrics are a 27 out of 40. The vocals are a 34 out of 40. The drums are a 39 out of 45. The bass is a 40 out of 45. Rhythm guitar, 37 out of 45. Lead guitar, 36 out of 45, which adds up to a total of 213 out of a possible 260, which comes out to an 8.2 out of 10. So as you can see, there's not much difference, but there is a slight variation there. So you've got an 8 out of 10 for the version with Kissin' Time, 8.2. For the version without Kissin' Time, averages out obviously to an 8.1. So there you have it. That's how the debut album from Kiss stacks up. Now, obviously, you either agree with me or you don't. More than likely you don't, at least on something here. So I welcome those disagreements because this is strictly my opinion. And if you have another opinion, we have a comment section down. I think it's there. There's a like button somewhere around here. Share, subscribe, do all of that stuff. And I hope that I haven't turned you off to tuning into future videos. I do have the next one all ready to go. So I hope to see you next time. Until then, stay tuned.